Alright, chat. This is gonna be a crazy video. As you guys can see, we dumped an insane amount. Ended up getting out of shorts before this dump. But, yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go over my bias going into the day, right? What I saw that led me to be being bearish. And then, obviously, you can see my executions, right? This is not how I, normally trade. And because of all this is the reasoning why I was not able to capture this move, so I'm pretty much going to go over that. As you guys can see, I ended up just only losing $89. So pretty much still a little green on the week. But yeah, we're pretty much going to go over that. But yeah, I hate looking at this already, but yeah, let's get into it. So obviously going into the outlook, going into the morning, I send it every morning in my Discord. So pretty much I was looking, this is the, I believe 1 hour, or this is the 4 hour. So yeah, pretty much, right, we still have this 4 hour fair value gap. Pretty much, I was a little mixed bias, as you guys can see. I was just watching whatever SMT we ended up getting first. Right, if we got the SMT up here, I would have been bearish. If we got it down here, I would have been bullish to these highs. But yeah, going into market open, you can see pretty much swept up this high. Still respected this 4 hour, or this 1 hour. Oh my god. Might be a bot. I didn't even see that. Jeez. Might be an idiot. It already hurts looking at. But you can see we still respect this 1 hour. But, had that sweep, close above this 4 hour fair value gap, which I also didn't like. And then pretty much I was looking to be bearish. But you can see we close above this. So I was like, meh, looks alright. But yeah, pretty much had that sweep going into the morning session. Had a nice, sell off here at 9:48. This is where I ultimately entered, just because I still, like the setup. Where you can see in the 5-minute we end up inversing this, using it as an inverse for value gap. And then this is where the shit show begins. So pretty much enter, right? Have limits set here, stop loss above here, and then just waiting, and then end up having this crazy sell-off candle here, right? We can see we also left no top wick, which is a devil's mark. And then right here I was feeling good. I was like, I'm about to make some money. And then I end up entering more. Let's go to the chart real quick. So yeah, pretty much entered with 5 micros here. Right, had that move here. I'm like, all right, come back up. I'm like, this better sell off, right? So right when we sold off, I believe right here we had the 1 minute CISD, or I guess the CISD really is right here. So I ended up going short off this 1014. Yeah, so right there. Then from here, obviously, we should continue selling off, but no, price has other fucking ideas. So by the time we come back up, I'm pretty sure I de-risked here. So yeah, pretty much de-risk here. So now I'm in with 4 micros short. I believe when the CISD here, I had my stop loss move down here. So at this point, this is where ideally you should just, get off your charts, right? And I was pretty much targeting London lows. And also noticing, or let me go over the bias a little bit more. But yeah, we have all these stacked lows on ES, right? Then we have these lows that we never untouched. Same with on NQ. Pretty much been talking about it all week in my Discord. But yeah, so that's that. And then let me go over my psychology. But yeah, the main issue I had was just not accepting the risk, right? Because right when I go here, right, I think I was in with like $343 risk. My take profit was about like 1,500. So 1,500 times 5 is like what, like 1,600? Or, geez, that is a lot of money. That's like 7 bands. Jeez. Yeah, 7.5. Jeez. Alright, let's not keep thinking about it. But yeah, I have the CISD here, right, de-risked here, and then entered more here. It was just a shit show, honestly. And then I ended up just having my stop loss above this 1 minute CISD. So pretty much got out here, and then right when that happened, price reversed, right? So honestly, I believe in everything happened for a reason. So there's a reasoning, or there's a bigger, reason why I got out. There's a reason why I wasn't able to, you know, be able to capture this trade. And I'm not gonna like, you know, worry about it all day, but obviously I'd rather be right. Like I was able to call this move. It just comes down to how am I executing, you know. So ideally, right when I entered short here. At this point, you just gotta put your stop loss here and then just stop adding. Like, I mean, it's just because I was managing risk like very well, which is the reasons why I de-risked here and then added more here. But I usually never really trade like that. Like this was a good learning lesson on why you should just use hard stops, right? And if price is gonna chop during 10 a.m., you can expect 950 macro or 1050 macro to speed things up. Right, if we're consolidating during 10, 11 should have a fucking good move. So yeah, let's pretty much just mark out the macro here. So yeah, 950 macro. Yeah, so I already got out before the macro too. Like, what the fuck? So here's our 950 or 1050 macro, and that's literally the whole reversing point. Could have easily waited for that. Like I said, kind of my stop loss above here because this is the protected high. Or the protected high is the fair value gaps, or the candle that touches the fair value gaps high, right? Because if we're truly bearish, we shouldn't make another high here, right? And also, we respected the breaker the whole time. So like, what are you really looking at? And I was getting very emotional, where I was like, oh my god, why the fuck are we going lower, right? Like, what are we doing? Playing house music. Shit, I was trying to, you know, get out of that emotional habit, but yeah. You know, it sucks, obviously, but, you know, what can you do about it? And I was also worried about my stop loss because we had this here, too, this devil's mark. And then you can see we pretty much have these stacked highs before we, you know, go lower. So, obviously, run out these. So, yeah, and then also what I noticed, too, is, like, oh, we have all these stacked lows. Like look at this shit. Like, I don't know. And I know some people caught this move that were, you know, patient, unlike me, but obviously I was way too zoomed in and just worried, you know, worried that this wouldn't work out, and just, yeah, and I think right before I took my nap, I, like, looked at the charts one last time, and I was like, damn. Yeah, I literally saw this sell-off, and at that point, you could understand, like, where are we targeting, right? And also, I was a little bearish with this daily CRT. So these become your lows, and then, yeah, geez, we pretty much dumped the previous week low, so, yeah. Yeah. Rough one today, pretty much still break even on the fundeds, but, yeah, just showing you guys the unicorn entry, right? You have the 3-minute and 5-minute breaker structure. I believe it was a 5-minute too. No, not a 5-minute. 3-minute. 3-minute, entering the fair value gap, and from here you're pretty much just targeting lower. So this is about, yeah, 4 RR. So I ideally had what, 5 micros. We're just getting like 250. So this would have netted me 1,000. And then right after we had this sell off, I entered more. And at this point, you pretty much just gotta put your stop loss here, right? Respect your stop loss. And, you know, just trust the trade overall. So yeah, then when I added more, this was 1,500. So, yeah, holding to, yeah, this shit was crazy. Let's just look at it. I mean, your RR, like, like, this shit's crazy, bro. It's just crazy. We could have held to what the previous week though. So you pretty much could have got exited at. Yeah, it's like right here. Oh shit. I mean, this shit's crazy, bro. Oh shit. Alright, bro. Chat. What should I got right here? I mean, that shit's crazy, bro. I mean, you're never gonna capture the whole move. Like, I definitely would have skid out most, if not all, right here. And could have left runners, but shit is crazy. And you can see the reaction we had off previous, or the NWOG. And I was telling my Discord about this too. Is like, when we're in a bearish, like when we, right, dump this much, we're most of the time going to respect these 5-minute fair value gaps, which you see here, right? Tapped it by 1 tick, overlapping the first presented, and just dumped. So that's that for today. Obviously, shit sucks, but I've learned that, just to trust your trade, right? Your stop loss is in place because of, what you went over with. And, yeah, shit sucks missing out on this. Even yesterday, missed out on the banger trade. What was it, like? I missed out on this trade yesterday. Like, shit sucks, right? But it comes down to how do I, you know, use the emotions, right, that I lost. And these are very small losses, right? Yeah, it sucks missing your trade, but and it's fine to be emotional too. But it just comes down like how you could what you do with those emotions, right? So today was a good learning lesson on like I never execute like this. Like, this is like actually crazy looking at, especially on funded copy trading. Yeah, this shit's like actually crazy. So yeah, sold here, stop loss here. At this point, you just got to just remain patient. Um, yeah, I mean shit sucks. Then probably shouldn't sell before the 1050 macro because if 10 consolidates, 11's gonna have the move, which you could see it had here. So yeah, got manipulated and missed out on 7-8 bandos. But shit sucks. I'm gonna hit legs. A fire leg day. Next week looks pretty promising. We have a lot of news. Depending if we open up the government or not next week. Yeah, we have bank holidays, so obviously taking off Monday. Tuesday we have news. Wednesday, yeah, so pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, it depends if we have NFP. But yeah, Thursday looks fire. So yeah, I'll probably be trading Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, you have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. Yeah, if you guys took one of these shorts today and one, congratulations, GG's. If you longed and lost, but followed your strategy, good job. It just comes down to because we're at all-time highs, so it's a little hard to be bearish. But I had good reasonings today, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. See you guys next week, and peace.